Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Shop My Stash video. I am so excited to be filming this. It's been a long while and I cannot wait to share with you the products that I am going to be pulling in this time around. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. And now let's go ahead and get into this Shop My Stash video. You can tell I'm kind of out of practice. Okay, first things first is we're gonna go through the products that are currently in the drawer. Most of everything in here was from last time around. I did pull in a couple items here and there just because I felt like I wanted something else. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm ready. I'm here. Let's do this. All of the lippies that I've used this past Shop My Stash are currently in this bag. I use some other lippies that are currently in project pans, but we'll talk about those a little bit later. Like we'll talk about what's in here a little bit later. Let's first go through all of the other things in here. We'll start with primers. I had two primers in here, and honestly, the only one that I have used was the Milk Makeup. This is the Hydro Grip Primer. I used it a couple of times. I really enjoyed it. I've been just reaching for the Can Make Mermaid Skin Gel UV in the shade 01 as my primer sunscreen. So I haven't really been using these. I've been using a sunscreen instead. But both of these I know I do really enjoy, and I'm going to go ahead and put them back into my stash. Let's talk about a glowy product. In here, I had the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in the shade 903 Medium Glow. This guy is so pretty. I kind of use it how I would use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Hollywood Flawless Filter, whatever that thing is called. So I use it in the same way. I apply it all over my face and then go in with a foundation after. I've also used it mixed in with a foundation. I actually mixed it in with this guy yesterday, and the combo just looked stunning. I'm going to go ahead and pull both of these out, but let me tell you what this guy is. This is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation, and I have it in the shade 31 Medium Neutral. It's a stunning foundation. I wore it all day yesterday. I went into work, so I put it on at like 5:30, and then by the time I took my makeup off around 8 p.m., I blotted once throughout the day, but it looked amazing on my skin. I'm really happy that I'm giving it a shot again because I thought that I might pass this on to my mom, but sorry, mom, I'm enjoying it still. I had two other foundations in here, or like a skin tint kind of situation. I had the one from Chantecaille. This is called the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 15, and this is in the shade Nude. This really, really surprised me. I enjoyed the texture quite a bit. The shade Nude is a little bit light for me right now with my summer tan going on. But usually when I use this guy, I use it on top of where is it? I thought it was on my table, but it's not. I use it on top of this guy from Chantecaille. I put in a very thin layer of this. This is the Sheer Glow Bronze Face Tint. And then I follow it with this guy to kind of like even out my skin tone a bit. And they just look so good together. And then the last tinted moisturizer I had in here is from NARS, and this is the Pure Radiance Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 30, and I have the shade Mykonos Medium Zero. Again, this guy, I was really happy with how it performed on my skin. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, let's move on to concealers. I had a couple in here. I had one, two, three concealers, and then I threw in one more because I'm trying to finish this guy this year, and I have been loving it now that I know how to use it, which is this is the YSL Touche Eclat in the shade 2.5. So I do my foundation and then I apply this in the areas where I need the concealer. I really let this guy sit because it's very thin, but when it sits and dries and then I blend it out, I get really good like medium coverage with it. So I really, really enjoy it. And again, I'm trying to finish it this year. The other three concealers I had in here, I had the Say concealer. This is the Slip Tint concealer in the shade 6. A really nice concealer, very creamy. I do enjoy it. I have the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. This is in the shade 215. I'm loving this guy. So this is the one that I use the most. I love the coverage. I love the creaminess of it. I love everything about it. And then I had the Sarah Creel Concealer, the Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer. And this is in the shade 2.0. I don't love it. I thought that I was going to. I heard so many good reviews, but this really creases on under my eye area like really badly. It's super creamy, and I do try and let it like sit and dry, and then like I let it settle into the creases and everything, and then I blend those out really well, and then I set it. But it still creases under my eye quite a bit. I am gonna be like using it. I will be using it as a foundation. Just kind of, I mean, this was $58 and I can't return it. So such a bummer. I don't love it under my eye, but I guess it is what it is, right? I already purchased it. For powders, I had four in here. The one that I really didn't use, I think I used it one time, as the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder, and this is in the shade 115 Classic Beige. I don't know. I honestly, it's not something that I usually reach for, a pressed powder, unless like I'm blotting throughout the day, and that would be more of a brightening one. So I made a mistake purchasing this. I was very hyped up about it, but then I'm like, I don't want to use it. The other three powders I used quite a bit. I used the Kosas Candy Cloud Set, and this is, see, this is like a pink pressed powder, and I did use this one, like I would apply it right after I do my makeup, to just kind of highlight a little bit under my eye in the center of my face, and throughout the day, like if I need touching, I would reach for this guy. And then the other two that I had La Prairie. This is in the shade Translucent 2. Really pretty powder, super finely milled. It just looks stunning on the skin, especially now that I have a little bit of a tan. I can really use this all over my face, like even under my eye. Where if I don't have a tan, I try not to use this one under my eye area just because it darkens my concealer a little bit. But now with a little bit of a tan, I could use it all over my face, and I'm really enjoying it. And then the last powder was the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder, and this is in the shade Pound Cake. I've got a couple of these. I have two other shades. I have the pink one and maybe Cupcake. I prefer Cupcake for my skin tone, but I could still use this one, and it sits my under eye beautifully. It's a really good powder. No complaints about that one. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about. I did have a face palette in here, so we'll talk about that one first, and then we'll talk about the individual products. I had the NARS Overlust Cheek Palette, and with this one, I really enjoy the powder products. I feel like they have good colors, good payoffs, but I definitely struggle with the highlighters up here, kind of like creamy highlighters. I don't feel like I can pick them up with my brush really well. I don't know. I feel like I might end up actually decluttering this thing, but I'm not sure. For now, it's just gonna sit on the side in my maybe drawer, and then I think maybe it's gonna get decluttered. Okay, that's it for your face palette. I did have a couple cream products, cream bronzers in here. I actually only had the LYS first. This is the No Limits, and the shade is Harmony. But then I used it so much, like you can see how much I've used this guy. I used it so much, I was like, okay, I'm tired of using the same thing. So I pulled in the Rare Beauty Contour. What's this one called actually? This is the Bright Side Bronzer Stick. Oh, sorry, the shade is Bright Side. So this on me is more of a contour than a bronzer at this point, but it's so creamy. It's really beautiful. Both of these are coming out. And now for pressed bronzers, I had a couple in here as well. I had the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. It's a nice one. This is in the shade 01 Light. It's nice. It's a reliable bronzer. Nothing to rave about, but nothing to hate about it. It's good. It works. It does what it needs to do. I have two more that are kind of like in the same situation. One is from Ilia. This is the Drawn In Nightlight Bronzing Powder. Sorry, the shade is Drawn In. I feel like this is really nice for a little bit of an olive undertone. Like it looks really good on my skin. The formula is nice. Again, it's nothing that I'm like obsessed about, but nothing that I hate. And then I had the Milani. This is the Silky Matte in the shade 03 Suntan. I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to my friend. I think my friend Sarah, she could use this guy. It doesn't look that deep like in the pan, but every time I use it on my face, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is too dark. Like a little bit too dark. It is a nice formula, like really nice formula, but for me, I feel like it's a bit dark on my skin. So I think I'm going to pass that one on to my friend. And then the two bronzers that I just absolutely loved. This guy is from What's Up Beauty. This is the Cheek Tear bronzer, and this is in the shade 20 medium. Like when I first looked at it in here, I was like, ooh, I'm not so sure about this one. But if you are an olive undertone, you would love this thing. It looks a little bit green, like when I swatch it and when I apply it, it looks like, how's this gonna work? But it looks so good on my skin tone. I absolutely loved it. My friend Mariella has sent me this, and she had sent me a blush from this line, but my niece was just visiting and she really liked the blush, so I passed it on to her and I kept the bronzer for me. The blush wasn't here in this drawer last time, but just letting you know. And then the one bronzer that I just cannot stop using, I use this guy the most, is the Dior Forever Nude Bronze. And this is in the shade 03 Soft. Um, so beautiful. It looks so nice on the skin. It's not a flat matte. It does have a little bit of sheen to it. And I just think it looks stunning on my skin. I almost wore down the CD embossment in here. It's time to pull it out. Time to put it back into the stash, but it's a really nice one. All right, let's move on to blushes. I had a couple blushes that were liquids, creams, and then powders. Let's start with these, I guess. The first one I had in here was the Huda Beauty. This is the blush filter in the shade Intense Guava. One of the days that I used it, like I applied it straight over a tinted moisturizer, and I felt like when I was blending it out that it was picking, like it picked up my tinted moisturizer. The shade looks really pretty. A little bit goes a very long way with this guy. But like when I first apply it on my cheeks, like I'll put three dots on my cheeks, and then I go to blend it out. I really have to work on blending it out. Otherwise, it will just kind of stain the three dots where I applied it. But then when I blend it out, it picks up or it picked up my tinted moisturizer. I don't know if it was just the combo of what was under it that kind of made it like pick up the product. But I really enjoy the shade. It's really, really pretty. It's a little bit tricky to work with, but it's really, really pretty. For now, I'm gonna hold on to that. The other two I had in here, one is from Chantecaille. This is the Cheek Jelly, and this is in the shade Vibrant. Such a beautiful product. I apply a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I work it into the brush, and then I apply it on my face. So pretty. It looks absolutely stunning. And of course, I use it on top of the Chantecaille products, and they played nicely so, so well. And then the last cream or liquid is from Ciel. This is Blush and Protect SPF 30. And this is in the shade Bahari. This is the blush I took with me when I went to Japan. I tried to keep I tried to take a super minimal makeup bag because I knew I wasn't going to be wearing makeup too often. But this one made the cut. I took it with me. It's so, so, so pretty, so easy to work with. I kind of wish the Huda was as easy to blend as this was, but I get it. They're different formulas and all of that. But this was absolutely stunning. I wouldn't mind picking up a shade or two more. I think they're coming out with powder blushes. So I'm looking forward to trying those out. And then the other two cream blushes I had from Rare Beauty. These are the matte bouncy blush, the shade Happy and the shade Thriving. I did take the shade Happy with me to Japan as well. This was my other blush, and I just love the shade. It's so pretty. The formula of these is really, really, really nice too. So that's Happy. And this is Thriving, which is a little bit more punchy, but stunning. They're easy to blend out. So pretty. Like really, really am enjoying them. I did pull in the shade Happy yesterday when I used because I used the Happy and the Bounce and I wanted a little bit more. So I applied a little bit of this one. Again, this is Rare Beauty, and these are the powder blushes. And this is in the shade Happy. Beautiful, super pretty blush. Beautiful glow as well. And then other blushes that were in here, I had a couple more from Dior. I had the Rosy Glow, and this is in the shade 015 Cherry. They have repackaged and reformulated these, but this is the original. It's a beautiful shade, really nice product. I like that I can layer it on, so it's not so pigmented to the point where like I dip my brush and I apply it and I'm like, oh my god, no, like I can build this guy to get the color or the intensity that I want. So there's that one. And then I had Almay Healthy Hue Blush, and this one is in the shade 100 Nearly Nude. This was intense, guys. One of the days that I used it, I didn't realize how intense it was going to look onto my skin. Think I picked up too much with my brush and I went straight in on my cheek and I was like, oh my God, that's like super pigmented. But overall, it's really pretty. It's a really nice nude shade. It does have a beautiful glow. But I had to be careful the times I use it after. I'm like, okay, I cannot go heavy handed with this guy. And then the two that I use the most, I would say RMS Beauty. This is the Redimension Hydra Powder Blush, and the shade is French Rosé. Stunning blush, really, really pretty. And that's what it currently looks like. I definitely dipped into this guy quite a bit. I love the glow that it gives. And then Honey Thief blush from Melt Cosmetics. Oh, this is such a beautiful blush. The longevity on this one, I feel like it fades throughout the day, but it's so pretty that I can just live with it. It's fine. I usually put a cream blush on first and then I go in with the powder. So with this guy, I would use the Ciel Behati shade first and then I would use this one on top, and it looks really, really nice. And then the last blush that was in here is from Giorgio Armani, and this is in the shade 30. To be honest, I didn't use it not even once this time around. I don't know why. I was just, all of the looks that I did, I guess, were more neutral, not super warm. And I feel like this would look better with a warmer look. So I didn't use it, but I will go ahead and pull it out, put something else in its place. For highlighters, I had, were these it for highlighters? I think that's it. I had the ColourPop. This is the Super Shock Cheek, and the shade is On the Cusp. This was a collab with Kathleen Lights like ages and ages ago, and it's so pretty. I really enjoyed the shade. I really like the formula too. I feel like it melts onto my skin. So this one is coming out, going back into the stash. I had the IBY highlighter. This is in the shade Private Jet. I actually really like it, but a couple times that I use it, I felt like it really and has what? What am I trying to say? It really emphasized or enhanced the texture on top of my cheeks, even in spots where I didn't think I had texture. I am gonna go ahead and declutter this one. I finally came to that decision. The shade is stunning, but I don't want obvious texture. And then three more highlighters. We had the Nabla Skin Glazing, and this is in the shade Privilege. Beautiful highlighter, really, really pretty. The shade is nice, and the formula is really nice. I had the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in the shade Lunar Nude. I love, love this highlighter. The shade, the formula, the embossment, everything about it. I try and concentrate my brush into this area so I can keep the rest intact, but super beautiful highlighter. And then the last highlighter in here was the one from Stila. This is the Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Incandescence. I use this one mostly as before blush. Like I would apply this one, I picked up with my brush and like pack it on. And then I'll go in with blush, like a little bit over it, kind of like make it kind of like a blush lighter because the shade is a little bit deep. It's really pretty. It's just a little tricky to work with. The formula is that kind of moussey, but it's not creamy moussey like the rare blushes. But it's pretty. It's really pretty. It can be super subtle, but it can be really amped up. But again, for me, I used it more as like a first step blush lighter, and then top it with a different blush. I think that was it for all the complexion products. The remaining are eye products. I'm gonna get started with the creams, like the singles. The first one I have in here is the One Size Matte Eye Popper, and this is in the shade Battle Ready. I use this guy a ton. Traveled with me to Japan. I think I didn't take any eye palettes. I think I only took this one with a couple pops of shimmer on top of it. Beautiful. I really like it. I'm happy that Makeup by Mario released some products like this now because unfortunately these are discontinued from One Size. He only had two shades, I think. But I love it. I really like that product. And then I have a couple shadow sticks. I did use all of them. One is Half Magic Eye Crayon, and this is in the shade. Where is the shade? Oh, Beige Mystique. I did take this one with me to Japan. This was one of the eye singles I took. Super pretty, really easy to use. The other two are by Laura Mercier. One is Strike a Rose, and the other one is Strapless. Both of these are really nice too. I really enjoyed them. Super creamy. I've been really enjoying single products like this. So pretty. They're easy. One shadow looks, or even like if I do two shadows, they're so pretty. And then I had the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Mattes, and this is in the shade, I think it's shade chocolate. Yeah. I did an intense look one of the days. I accidentally put too much of this one on my brush and like blended it onto my eyelid, and I felt like it went on and on and on, even though like I used like a towel to kind of remove excess product from my brush, but by the end it looked stunning. I kind of miss doing eyeshadow looks like this. I've been keeping it very easy, very simple these days, but this one was a really good one. I had the Dose of Colors Block Party. This is in the shade Lock and Key. I think this might end up being a declutter, but not yet. I gotta go through all of my single shadows. I didn't use it, unfortunately. These three I used quite a bit. I had the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow in the shade Ritz. Like I made a dent in that. I took this one to Japan too. So I took the three singles, this one, the Half Magic, and this one from Touch and Soul. This is the Metalist, and this is in the shade Hollow Mulberry. This is so pretty, absolutely stunning. So these three were the singles I took, and this one was my cream, like base color for my eyes. From Pat McGrath, I have a little mini of the Angel Dust. This is the crystalline prismatic pigment. Gorgeous shade. It's just a little bit hard to pick out from the container. Um, this is my eye base, and now let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. I want to say I used all of them. Yes, I did. Okay, we had the ABH Modern Renaissance. Did I use it? I think I did. To be honest, I feel like I really need to do a very thorough eyeshadow declutter because I haven't been wanting to reach for eyeshadow palettes. So for now, she's coming out. She's gonna go back into the stash. And then I had the House Labs. I used this one quite a bit, but I only mainly used this shade and this shade. So I would apply this all over the lid into the crease. I'll top it with this one. And occasionally, like I'll deepen the outer crease with this one, or I'll wing it out. Um, the formula of the mattes is not the greatest, but I will hold on to this palette forever and ever for this one shade in here. It's so flippin' gorgeous. It is so, so pretty, you guys, all over the lid. It's stunning. We had the Pat McGrath Labs. This is Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette, and this is the Nude Allure one. With this one, again, I went in with mainly the topper glittery shades. I did do a full look like with this palette where I used the matte in here, but mainly I reached for it for these shimmery shades. They're really nice formula too. We had another Pat McGrath palette, and this was the Mothership Divine Rose. This is more of an everyday eyeshadow palette from Pat McGrath. Like the shades are appropriate for every day. It's a beautiful palette, very nude, natural looking. But definitely can be deepened up with her mattes. That's the nice thing about her mattes. Like you can really pack them on and get more pigment out of them. Pull that one out too. I'm pulling everything out. We had the Jane Ardell Pure Pressed Eyeshadow Palette, and this is the Naturally Glam. All of these are shimmery shades, but I did reach for it again for like single shadow looks or yeah, just single shadow looks. I did use it, and I liked the formula. It was pretty nice. Two more eyeshadow palettes. I had the Viseart. This is Charmeuse Atondo palette. And this was absolutely gorgeous. Again, very appropriate for every day. I can deepen the look out if I want to with these shades up here, but the shimmers are stunning. The shades are really pretty. I am really enjoying that one. And then the last palette was the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I did use this one for a couple of the shades. Like I didn't use everything in here. I mainly used the mauve shades. I did not use like these three over here. I didn't use, but almost everything else I did use and I really enjoyed. All right, and finally for lippies, the only lippy I didn't use was the Freck. This is the Makeout Club in the shade Freck Rust. This is the only lippy I didn't use. I am gonna keep it in here, but everything else I used over and over and over, and I used other stuff along with it too. Pull everything out. There was a lot of lippies in here last time, but I like the variety. Start with the bullet lipsticks. I had a couple. I had the Pat McGrath. This is the matte trance in the shade Her Majesty. So pretty. Really love that one. I had Nabla. This is the Beyond Jelly, and this is in the shade Sublime. This was so gorgeous too. I had from Givenchy. This is in the shade 116. These are the Intense Silk Lippies. Oh, so pretty and so comfortable on the lips. I had another Givenchy, and this is in the shade 37, but this is in the sheer velvet formula. Really love that one too. More bullet lipsticks. I had the Aladdin. This is a Whole New World. This was a collab, MAC and Aladdin. Oh, I love me some bright pink. With my hair color now, that's kind of like, I feel like I have very low contrast. So with something like this, it looks so pretty. And then we had RMS. This is in the shade Eve. It's so gorgeous. And the formula is interesting. It feels a little bit cooling when you first apply it. That doesn't last for too long, but it's such a beautiful color, really nice formula. What else did I have? I had some lippy stick. This is from Chantecaille, and this is the lip sheer, and the shade is Gossamer. I use this guy quite a bit. It was living in my purse, and I took it with me on travel. It's very comfortable. I just find the shade doesn't last very long, which is fine. It's called the lip sheer, but it's super comfortable and really pretty, super easy to apply without a mirror. So at least that was nice about it. Had a couple more lippy sticks. I had the Maybelline Super Stay in the shade Pave the Road. I love this color and I love the scent. I love the formula. This lasts on my lips really, really well. So I really enjoyed that one. Okay, we're getting there, you guys, and then we'll shop for new items. From NARS, I have the lip balm, tinted lip balm. What are these called? Impossible to read. Afterglow lip balm, and this is in the shade Turbo. This is so pretty. I like this lip balm. I think I need to put it in my purse and get some more use out of it. Um, we had from NARS. This is the Power Matte High Intensity Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Walkery. I think this was a free gift with purchase from Ulta. It was really pretty. I used it yesterday, so I used it one time. I think I threw this in at some point, but this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Super pretty. I have such a big window on it. I just need to use this guy up. From Bobbi Brown, I have the Crushed Oil Infused Gloss, and this is in the shade Sweet Talk. I really like the formulas of these ones, and the shade was super nice. From Lila B, I had a lip treatment, Lovingly Lip Treatment Oil. This was super thin, which is nice, but the problem I had with it, I had to dip in multiple times to evenly coat my lips, but it was nice. Felt pretty comfy on the lips. I did have the Fenty Beauty Plush Pudding lip mask. This was so pretty. It does have a little bit of a tint. I don't want to squeeze it out, but it was really pretty. Really enjoyed it. Now, the one product that I'm decluttering is the Kulfi Lassie Lip Staining Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Rose. I love this thing, and I'm kind of upset but it smells like it kind of went bad because I have a couple other more from them and they don't smell like this one. So I think it's time for a declutter. I think it went bad already, which kind of sucks. I haven't had it for that long, maybe a year. And then we had a lip liner in here. This is from Merit. This is the signature lip, and the shade is Beverly Hills. I used the crap out of this guy. It is super comfortable on the lips. I like it because it looks like almost no lip liner, but I can still line my lips and get a little bit of a shadow. Really have been loving this one. And this guy is going to stay in here. I think that's pretty much it that I had in the drawer since last time around. For mascaras and all of that, I don't have anything new. I did open a new brow gel because I finished the Benefit one. So this is from Kosas. My eyeliners are been in here for quite some time. I think it's time to rotate them, but it's okay. We'll leave them in here. The other mascara is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes. I don't love it, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And then I have the Ulta Beauty New Heights Lifting Mascara. This one is pretty good. And then I added new liquid liner. This is from Heroin Make Smooth Liquid Eyeliner, waterproof, and this is in the shade brown. I picked this guy up from Japan, and I actually have enjoyed it so far. Let me go ahead and clean up my table, and then we'll shop my stash for new items to use. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and shop my stash for new items to use. My new makeup drawer is overflowing. I did quite a bit of shopping recently, so we've got a lot in here to go through. I'm gonna definitely pick out some of the newer items that I picked up in Japan, some of the lippies. Definitely want to do the highlighter from Shiseido, so I'm gonna pull this one in. I am gonna go ahead. Okay, let's start. It's been so long since I shopped my stash. Okay, we're gonna get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is my number one Chanel foundation. I got it in the shade B30. I think this will be a decent match. If not, I can mix it with that Chantecaille Bronze Glow. So I can make it work for this time. So I'm gonna pull this one in. I also ordered the new Future Skin from Chantecaille. This is, yeah, they reformulated the Future Skin. So I ordered the shade Nude. This was described as medium neutral. I felt like their shade range was kind of crappy, so I had a hard time deciding which one I was gonna get. So I went with the shade Nude. So I'm gonna pull that one in. So that's two foundations. I'm gonna try and keep everything under three. So I only want to get one more foundation. You know what I mean? Powders count three blushes and three cream blushes, three powder blushes. That could still work, kind of thing. So two foundations I'm pulling in. I don't think I have any new concealers. I'm pretty sure I don't. So we're just gonna shop my stash for previous, older concealers. But pulling in this Shiseido Aura Dew Illuminator, my goodness, this looked so gorgeous. I've used it a couple of times, but not with you guys. And it is. It is so pretty. And this is in the shade Meteor. So we're gonna do that. I do have a couple single shadows, so I also would like to pull these in. Definitely want to pull in the two that I got from Decollete. One is a cream and one is like a shimmer topper. The cream is in the shade Autumn Dazzle. We'll do swatches of everything when at the end of the video when I put everything back in the drawer. So here's the cream. And then where is the other one? I have to dig for it. It's in here somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I'm gonna pull in this setting spray. I do want to try it. This is from the brand Kose, and this is, I don't know if this is the cooling one or if it's like lemony minty kind of thing. I'm not sure, but I want to pull this one in. Where is that other single shadow? We will be pulling in quite a few single shadows today. Oh, there it is. It's all the way in the back. Here it is. So this is the Decollete Dazzling Gem Glitter Eye Color, and this is in the shade 02 Starlit Shell. Let me show you what that looks like. That is so pretty. Oh, this is not twist. I've swatched it already. When I did my haul, I swatched it. So I'm going to pull this one in. And then I have a couple single shadows from Makeup by Mario. They're his new cream shadows. So I'm going to pull both of those in. And then I'm also pulling in both of the Danessa Myricks duos that I purchased. The by Mario, I got the shade Chestnut and Mauve. I'm going to pull both of those in. And then from Danessa Myricks, I ordered shade 2 and shade 6. I think I already used shade 6 once, but I'm going to pull both of these in. Again, we'll be doing swatches, so don't you worry. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to pull in? I've got a couple new lippies. I really would like to start playing with some. I have a lot of new lippies. Here we go. I feel like this shop my stash so far is all over the place. I can't focus. Um, From Clé de Peau, I had the Cream Rouge Matte, the Cream Rouge Sparkles, and then the Lipstick Matte. I'm going to pull all three in because I'm dying to really use them. I think I only used one of these so far since I picked them up, and it was the shade 111 High Achiever, the liquid, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these three in. I also would like to pull in some of these lippies, but give me a second because I'm trying to figure out what else I want to order. Ooh, not order, pull in. Let's do Amy Collet. This is the lip treatment oil, and this is in the shade Poise. So I'm gonna pull this one in for sure. And these are kind of all over the place. I have some eyeliners from Revant uh, Cosmetics or Revant Beauty. I'm not sure. Is it Revant Cosmetics, Revant Beauty? It's from Revant. So I have some eyeliners from Revant. I'll probably pull in a couple of those. But before I do that, oh, you know which lippy I really want to pull in? I'd like to really pull in the Chanel. This is the Rouge Duo, and I got the shade 69 Tender Beige. I'm gonna pull this guy in. I'm going out with my husband tomorrow night for my birthday, so I would like to use it and make sure that my lippy does not go anywhere and just stays in its place. I had a couple products from House Labs. These are the Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm, and I got the shade Glassy Ginger and Glassy Cinnamon. What do I want to pull in? So if I pull in these two, actually I'm going to only pull in one of these. I think I'll go ahead and pull in the Glassy Ginger, because again, I'm going to try to limit myself to 3 products, although I pulled in how many already? Millions. um, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Strawberry Cream. So I'm going to do that. And the Glossy Cinnamon will just have to wait for another day. Okay. For the eyeliners, I think I'm definitely gonna pull in the purple shade and the brown. I really liked it, so I'm gonna do purple and brown. These were budge proof, so I'm excited for these. Okay, I feel like we kind of cleared some way in here. I think I am gonna go ahead and pull in the Sashu Cheek Stay In All Day Cheek Stay In. What? Sashu Longwear Liquid Blush in the shade 01 MQ All Day Cheek Stay In. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I really would like to pull in this Half Magic, but I'm gonna wait on it because I already pulled in a few singles. So let's see, what do we have? What else do we have in here? I'm gonna do the blush duo from Clé de Peau. This is in the shade. Oh, this is the frustrating part. The box or the packaging is different, and then I put in the insert. Oh my goodness, and I believe I already got rid of the packaging for the blush that I put in here. Do I even pop that out? I'm worried that I'm gonna destroy it. Oh, there we go. I got it out. This is in the shade 101. So we have the 101 blush in here. Okay. I really want to pull in some of those lippies. Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead. I've tried this one, the jelly lip. I actually found it finally when I filmed my haul. I couldn't find this thing, but I'm glad I found it. I'm gonna pull that one in. This is from Cezanne, and this is the 3D jelly lip in the shade 02. So I'm gonna pull this one. I'm also gonna pull in the Can Make Glass Tint Syrup, and this is in the shade 03. So we're gonna do those two. And I think that's good for lippies because I already pulled in the ones from Clé de Peau. Kind of really want to pull in this blush from Hourglass. This is in the shade Luminous Flush. And this is a mini blush, so I believe I got this in the Advent calendar, the Space NK Advent calendar last year. It's a really pretty blush. I'm gonna pull it in. And that will be it from the new makeup drawer. There's a lot of goodies still in here for next time around. But for now, I think I pulled in plenty from here. Let's go ahead and move on to primers. Even though I'm not using primers currently, we'll still pull one in. Okay, now for a face primer. Again, I haven't been really wearing or using face primer because I've been just using the Can Make primer sunscreen. But I do want to pull in one just to kind of get some use out of my primers. Um, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull in the Farsali. This is the Liquid Glass Radiance Make Skin Serum. I think I could use this one first and then follow up with the Can Make sunscreen afterwards. I think that would be good. I don't want this to go bad. I don't have a whole lot left. So use it up, you know? So I'm going to do this one. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the setting spray drawer because I already pulled in one setting spray and I have one currently on my vanity as part of my project pan, so I don't need any more setting sprays. Lippies will wait all the way to the end, although I did pull in quite a few lippies. For eyeshadow palettes, I'm gonna try and keep it on the short list. I think I'll pull in only like two, maybe three eyeshadow palettes total because I pulled in quite a bit of single shadows, and that's what I've been really gravitating towards. But let's go ahead and get some palettes, eyeshadow palettes. All right, for eyeshadow palettes, this is my first drawer, and then there's the bottom drawer. Like I said, I'm not gonna pull in that many. I wanna use my single shadows, but let's get one from here and then one from the second drawer, maybe a third. We shall see. Let's see. What can we play with? Um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in. It's been a while since I played with these Danessa Myricks groundwork defining neutrals. I think I'm gonna pull in. Do I want to do the first one? Have different names. Well, one was Groundworks Neutrals, and one was Blooming Romance. I think we'll go with the neutrals today because I remember the Blooming Romance. I used them so long ago. So let's do this one today. And I think from here, considering maybe one more, but let's take a look at this drawer down here. We've got the My Dream palette from Natasha Denona. We've got I Need a Nude. So pretty. And then here's my palette. I feel like I can wait. Fall is around the corner, so I'll wait for this one. Pull that one in. But I'm gonna pull in the I Need a Nude. And then I think I really would like just one more palette. Um, Maybe I will go ahead and pull in um like maybe we could do Charlotte Tilbury, the Instant Eye palette. I think this will be easy to use. So let's do this one. And that's it for eyeshadow palettes. I don't need to pull in anymore. I'm really considering doing a declutter for eyeshadow palettes. There's quite a bit that I don't reach for, and I haven't, again, like I have not been loving full eyeshadow palettes or eye looks that take forever. I'm trying to keep it 1 to 2 shadow looks, and we'll see. Let's move on to foundations and concealer. All right, for foundations and concealers, I'd already pulled in two, so I'm only gonna get one more foundation. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, um, do I wanna do CL? Such a good one. Or do we wanna do, I really like these ones too, the Maybelline Superstay. Uh, L'Oreal's really a really nice one that I do love quite a bit. We have a lot of options here. This is when things get really difficult and really confusing. Um, I think we'll go ahead and get the pull in the CL. This is the Tint and Protect SPF 50, and this guy is in the shade 04 light medium. So we'll do that one. For concealers, I don't have any pulled in yet. So we have free range here. I think for corrector, I'm gonna pull in the Cali Ray. This is the Warm Sun Glow or Brightener. I'm gonna pull this one in. It's been a long time since I used my Tower 28 concealer, so I'm gonna pull that one in. And then we'll get one more concealer. How about we do, let's do CL. Why not, you know? CL. And this one is in the shade 05N. Okay. For a glowy product, I think I will go ahead and pull in. Where is so tight in here? For glowy products, how about we do the Rose Glow? Is this Rose Glow? Yes, we'll do the Rose Glow from Say. So I've got Rose Glow, Sun Glow. I thought I had all three. I think this is Rose Glow too. I'm gonna pull in the mini Rose Glow. I think I'm done from here. Let's go ahead and pull in a couple powders. All right, we're in the powder drawer. For powders, um, I always get stuck when I get to this spot. I think I will go ahead and pull in, let's do the RMS, the Hydra, what is it called? This is the Hydra setting powder and the shade is light. It's been a while since I used it and I don't remember what I thought about it. I remember it was nice, but let's go ahead and pull it in to play with it. I will also go ahead and pull in, I think I would like to pull in this Decollete powder. This is in the shade 80 Glow Pink. I think this would be a nice brightening under eye powder. And then we will pull in for a finishing powder. I think I'm ready. Did I crack into a new one of these? Is this a new one? Yeah, I feel like I really want to pull in the Hourglass. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to do Chantecaille. I'm going to do the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. I love this guy as a finishing powder, so I think I'm going to pull in this one. And I think that's going to be it. If I feel like, I'm not loving these two loose powders, I'll probably reach back for the La Prairie because I feel like it's a good time of the year for me to use it. I have a nice tan going on. You know what? We're just going to pull it back in. I know it was just in there, but I would like to use it and get some more use out of it. That's it for powders. We already pulled in plenty of single shadows, got 2 eyeliners, so I don't need to go in there. Let's go ahead and go to face palettes, like one face palette, and then we'll move on to bronzers. Okay, for face palettes, I think I would like to pull in um, let's see, since I feel like I'm definitely super duper tan, I feel like I can pull in this one. This is the Hourglass. This was the leopard packaging, but the insert in here was the deep. I customized it. So I feel like maybe I can actually play with this one. I feel like I have enough of a tan to use it. So we'll do this one. And now let's go ahead and pick out a couple bronzers. Okay, for highlighters, um, I have one picked out so far, which is definitely not enough highlighters for me. I need a couple more. You know, I think I really want to pull in this Dior one. This is in the shade 03 Pearlescent Glow. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. I feel like it's beautiful. I think I will also pull in feel like I want to pull in the highlighter from Chanel. This is in the shade 10 Ivory Gold. I want to use it a little bit more, you know? It's a beautiful product, but it needs to be used. Do I want to do this one or do I want to do a Clé de Peau? I think I'm going to do this guy. This one in. And I think that is it for highlighters. That will make it 3 highlighters. I think I'm good with that. Actually, let's do just one cream. And for the cream, I am going to go ahead and pull in the Nabla. Not Nabla, sorry, Victoria Beckham. This is the Reflect, and the shade is Pearl. Really beautiful, very glassy looking. So I'm going to do this guy. All right, we'll do lippies next. All right, for lippies, let's see. I have no idea what I'm thinking. No clue, because I always forget what kind of lippies I have and what kind of lippies I want, and so ooh, let's do Hourglass. I'm gonna pull this guy in. This is the shade is Wander, but I don't remember what the line is called. They're like those clicky ones. Yeah, this guy. We'll do this guy. And I feel like I really would like to pull this one in. The Fenty Beauty. Those are the gloss bomb sticks, and this is in the shade Is It Fussy? So I'm gonna pull that one in. I need a declutter. I need a good declutter. Pura Pura. Or you know what? I'm gonna pull this guy in because I haven't used it that much. So I'm gonna pull in the Kofi Lassie Lip in the shade Guava in. Let's go to the next drawer down. All right, from here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, let me see, those Patrick Ta ones over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, are these both the plumping ones? Need Her and 2cc's Major Volume Plumping Gloss. Yes, they're both the, let's do both. I'm gonna pull both in. They've been sitting here, they have not been getting used. And then from here, let's pick something that we haven't used in a while. Okay. A couple of those Milani. I really like those Milani products. And I think we'll do dark for either of these. Let's try the Newsfeed from NYX. This is the Fat Drip Oil. I don't think I've actually used it on my lips yet. So we're gonna try that. And here are the House Lab ones. I have this guy. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna do the House Labs. This is the PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze, and the shade is Guava. So I'm gonna pull this one in. I think I have a good mix of lip products right now. I'll probably just need to pull in a couple lip liners, but let's go ahead and put everything in. And I already picked out my blushes, but for some reason, I guess I did not record it, even though I thought I was recording. So I do apologize for that. I'll show you, like when I put everything back together into the drawer, I'll show you the blushes I picked out. Let me go ahead and put everything in, and we'll do swatches. All right, you guys, I went ahead and put everything in. I do like how my drawer looks. I have a lot of new stuff, a lot of exciting stuff to play with, but I can still see things, not have to shovel stuff around. For now, I am going to go ahead and move the lippies out of the way, and then we'll talk about them when we get to them, especially like those ones that are hanging around over here. I did not pull in some lip liners yet, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. They're right here. Let's see. Let me grab my lip liner stash. At least I don't have, I was going to say, at least I don't have that many until I spread them out on my hands and was like, holy crap, that's a ton of lip liners. But we will go ahead and pull in, let's do one of these. Let's do, this is in the shade Ever, Toujours. This is from NYX. I'm going to pull this guy in. Looks freshly sharpened. Had this not that long ago. I don't want any reds because I didn't pull in any reds. Let's move these out of the way. That out of the way. Okay, we've got, let's do this one from Buxom. This is in the shade Hush Hush. This is a lippy crayon, but I do remember really enjoying the shade. So I'm going to do this one, and then we'll pull in one more. I'm going to do, they're all elf, elf, elf. And then this is elf. How do I have so many elf lip liners? I only thought I bought two. Somehow I have four. Okay, I'm moving those out of the way. What's this one? This is also by NYX. You know, I want something a little bit kind of like a pinky nude. Little pink nude moment. How about we do this one from Wayne Goss? This is in the shade Natural Berry. So there we go. 3 lip liners. And then the rest goes over there. Lip liners for now are going to go in this little spot, and then we'll talk about them afterwards. Let's go ahead and get started with, I had to make sure that I'm still filming because like earlier, I didn't want to have the same mishap when I pulled in my blushes. I'm thinking I'm filming and I wasn't filming. Let's go ahead and get started with a primer. The only primer I pulled in is the Farsali Liquid Glass Radiance Make Skin Serum. I really would love to finish this one this year. And I think if I focus on it, I could do it. So here we go. We're starting with that. That's the first thing I pulled in. For foundations, actually, for foundations, I pulled in 3. I pulled in the Chantecaille Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation, and this is in the shade Nude. If I tell you the story of this dang foundation, my package was lost, and then I had some issues with FedEx. It took forever to get the replacement order, but here it is. Shade Nude, I think actually might be a good shade. Feels really nice. I'm excited to use it. I've heard so many good things about it, so I'm excited for that one. I also pulled in the number 1 de Chanel B30 foundation, and I got this from Ulta. Pumped it one time, but I don't remember. Oh, I think it'll be a good shade too. Yeah, maybe a little bit light, so we're gonna have to do some bronzing with it, or I'm gonna have to pull in the Chantecaille Bronze Glow to use with it. Smells nice. Smells very florally. So there's that. And then the last foundation that I pulled in was the Ciel. Ciel Tint and Protect SPF 50 in the shade light medium. I know I really like this one and it sits on the skin very nicely. For a glowy product, I pulled in Say. This is in the shade Rose Glow. This is a mini, but I have it in full size too. It was gifted to me by my friend, and we're pulling in the mini. For concealers, I pulled in three. That was it for concealer, right? So I pulled in the Tower 28, I pulled in Ciel, and I pulled in the Cali Ray Hideaway. Looked like it kind of separated, but I think it's okay. Let's do the sniffy test first. Nope, it smells perfectly fine. And this is in the shade Warm Sun Glow. Actually, it's a brightener and hydrating under eye serum concealer. So there we go. Okay, that's it for complexion products. For a for powders, I pulled in the Decollete. This is in the shade 80 Glow Pink. I pulled in RMS Beauty. This is the Hydra Setting Powder in the shade Light. And I pulled in Chantecaille. This is the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. I really like that as a finishing powder. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. And I do have my La Prairie powder over here. It just didn't fit. I guess I could always put it. Yeah, see, it doesn't fit. Here we go. Made it fit. Okay, for a face palette, I pulled in the Hourglass Ambient Lighting. This is the leopard print, but the insert was the deepest insert. This was the insert that they have in the snake. So we got a bronzer, 3 blushes, 2 highlighters. Let's go ahead and do swatches. I definitely think that this is very deep on me, but probably not a good idea to swatch over my big old tattoo, but it is what it is. This way you can see how pigmented and how deep this palette is. All right, there she is. The only thing that I had an issue with was this shade. Or maybe this was supposed to be a finishing powder. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to have to look. That one is a finishing powder and the shade is Radiant Light. Okay, so there she is. This is the face palette for this time around. For bronzers, I pulled in 2 cream bronzers and I pulled in, let's do this, in my arm because I don't want to dirty my shirt. And then let's do swatches. The Tower 28 Sculptino in the shade Getty. I really like this one. It's I like how compact it is. I really like the formula of it too. So there's that. The other cream bronzer I pulled in is this baby, and this is the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Chocolate Souffle. Gotta be careful because I know the twister on this one is broken. Super pigmented, very, very, very creamy, and it's more of a contoury shade, which is fine. It smells amazing, and I really actually like the formula of this one. It's been a while since I purchased from Too Faced, and I pulled the trigger on this guy, and I was not disappointed. So that's it for cream bronzers. For powder bronzers, I have 3 as well. I've got the Hermes. This is in the shade Sahara. Let's go ahead and swatch this guy. There's Hermes. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and keep that on there. We've got the Duo from Feve. This is the modern bronzer in the shade medium 1 and medium 2. Make sure my fingers are clean. I believe that's medium 1, and I believe that's medium 2. Medium 1 and medium 2. Okay. And then the last bronzer I pulled in is this one from RMS, and this is in the shade Tan Lines. I love the formula. It's beautiful, baked, glowy gorgeousness. So pretty. I'm super excited for everything I pulled in this time. Okay, now we can go ahead and talk about the blushes. Put things back because I have a little bit of OCD. For creams, I pulled in, okay, these are the two that I pulled in. I did not realize I wasn't filming these two. So I pulled in MAC Glowy Play in the shade So Natural, and I pulled in Patrick Ta, She's That Girl. Let's start with the MAC So Natural. It doesn't look like much, and I admit that, but once you have the right brush and then apply it to the face, this is so buildable and so gorgeous. It's so natural. I really, really enjoy this guy. So we have this one. The other cream blush that I pulled in is the House Labs Glassy Ginger. I've swatched, I think I swatched it when I filmed my haul video. And here it is. I remember when I was with Sephora with my son, he really was like, you gotta get that one. Because I was eyeing the glassy cinnamon. They didn't have the glossy cinnamon in store, so I ended up getting this one. And then a couple weeks after, I ordered the glossy cinnamon. But it reminds me a little bit of the Bahati shade from CL. It's super natural, beautiful for everyday looks. So there's that guy. I think all of these are highlighter, highlighter, highlighter. Okay, these are the other blushes in here. Oh, almost forgot. Huda Beauty. I gotta try it, even though I told you I wasn't a big fan of the formula in the bright shade, but I'm gonna give this guy a shot. This is in the shade Strawberry Cream. Hopefully, it is easier to work with. I've got to figure it out, but here it is. I know this is a popular shade, or was pretty popular when it came out. Looks really pretty. That is a beautiful, beautiful blush. I just gotta figure out the best way to apply it, you know? And then we have the Patrick Ta duo, and She's That Girl. So let's do the cream first. I'm kind of missing a little pink moment. So here's the Patrick Ta duo. There's the cream, and there is the powder. Really pretty, except I made a mess. It's been a while since I used these, so I'm looking forward to that. We've got Hourglass. This is in the shade Luminous Flush. This came in the Advent calendar from Space NK last year, and I'm really happy to be using it. Okay, here's that. And then the last blush that we pulled in is the Clé de Peau Duo, and this was the shade 101. First shade. On the mauve side for sure, but the two mixed together just looks so stunning. So pretty, so gorgeous. Okay, that's it for blushes. Next, let's move on to highlighters. Alrighty, for highlighters, I have one cream and we'll start with that. This is the Victoria Beckham, and this is in the shade Pearl. My arm is a little stained, but bear with me. So there's Pearl. It's very glassy looking highlighter, so gorgeous. Very subtle looking, but beautiful. The other three highlighters are powders. We've got the Christian Dior. This is the Pearlescent Glow. No, they repackaged these or reformulated or something, but I felt like I did not want to get any more. Although they looked really, really pretty, I still haven't pulled the trigger on getting another shade. So pretty. Definitely reminds me of the Fenty Diamond Bomb. Here's that one. We've got the Chanel highlighter. This is in the shade 10 Ivory Gold. I think I really would like to try one of their limited edition highlighters this year if I can get my hands on it. But I do like this guy. think it's really pretty. And then the last highlighter is from Shiseido. This is the shade Meteor. I already threw away the box, I believe. This is so gorgeous. Perfect for summertime for me. And that's it for highlighters. I tried to contain myself. Oh, we totally forgot. We had one more blush. This is the Sashu stain thing. Cheek stain. Oh, now I get it. Cheek stay in. Stain. Oh my God, I felt so dumb. Okay, this is in the shade 01. I'm cute. I haven't used it ever since I filmed my haul video and I was struggling to get any color out, but I haven't tried it on my cheeks yet. Looks very bubble gum pinky, but I don't know. We'll have to see how this looks on me. I'm not typically a big fan of these shades on my skin tone, but it could surprise me. It could. Now we can move on to eyeshadows. I'm so excited for the eyeshadow section because we've got quite a bit of single shadows that I cannot wait to play with. So let's do single shadows first, and then we'll swatch the palettes, and then we do lippies after. So singles, let's start with these two, the by Mario, one in the shade mauve and one is in the shade chestnut. And I am so excited to play with these. Really looking forward to it. I tried chestnut once, but I haven't played with the shade mauve. I felt like they were so easy to apply and then blend in. They do dry pretty quickly, so I worked one eye at a time, but so gorgeous. And then I put a pop on top, which actually the pop I did was one from the Danessa Myricks. Another cream shadow. This is the one from Decollete, and this is in the shade Autumn Dazzle 17G. I swatched this one at the mall, and I was like, I have to have this shade because it looked like the perfect one and only, like one and only shadow look. Right? Look at that gorgeousness. It's so pretty. And then also from Decollete, I have this guy, which is the Decollete Dazzling Gem Glitter Eye Color, and this is in the shade 02 Starlit Shell. I'm gonna try to swatch it properly this time because I feel like I didn't do a very good job swatching things when I filmed my haul. Look how stunning that is. Ooh, like this one on top of chestnut. And I'm good. I'm good. All right, next we have the Danessa Myricks shadows. Again, I have the Duo 6 and Duo number 2. We'll swatch both of these. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with Duo. I'm not sure which one is this. This is Duo 6. Okay, so the metallic from Duo number 6. We'll start with that. Actually, I'm going to do it on this one. Formula, you guys. So cooling when you first apply it on, and then the glow that you get is just absolutely stunning. And then here's the uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, don't tell me this doesn't twist up. What the? No. Come on, are you kidding me? No way. What happened here? Shoot. Okay. Well, maybe now I fixed it. No, I didn't fix it. I might have to take this back to Sephora. What the fudge? Okay, we'll keep it as that. This is the shade 6 Nova. Yeah, this baby's going back to Sephora. Cannot believe that just happened. Like I can't twist it up. Can we see? Cannot twist it up. And now that I twisted it up, it came out from here. So I've got to push it back in. Oh my God, this is not acceptable. Cannot believe I destroyed it like that. But I really struggled. Oh my God, this is disappointing. I need a second. I need a second because I'm about to have a panic attack. $38 in the faulty packaging, and now the thing is snapped in half. Almost. What is happening? I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. I feel like I'm scared to touch this dang thing now. Oh, okay. That it was really disappointing. I'm glad I still have the box, and I think it's been less than 30 days or whatever. But how annoying. Okay, let's do the duo number 2. The first shade is Twilight Gleam. This is the foil. Don't do me wrong. Don't do me dirty. Okay, here it goes. I'm scared. I'm scared to like put any pressure on it because I don't want it breaking. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. And then the other one, the metallics, this is in the shade Orion Nebula. I really wanted this shade so badly. Beautiful, like purpley shade. Gorgeous. Cannot believe this one. I really am super upset that it's busted. Like, what in the heck? Anyways, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I don't know if I can take it back or if I could just be very careful when I use it or what, but that is very frustrating. Let's do the eyeshadow palettes. These are older. I don't have a whole lot of new eyeshadow palettes. The first one I have in here is a Natasha Denona. I need a nude palette. We'll just do a couple swatches. The shade Mia in here is one of my favorites. Not only it's because my dog's name is Mia, but because it is a beautiful shade. Here we go. A couple of these swatches. That's the shade Mia. And let's do a couple more. Let's do this guy, which is the Lila, Muse, and how about we do Whisper? Delilah, Muse, and Whisper. She's a beautiful palette. I've missed it. I haven't played with it in a while. Okay, so there's Natasha Denona. I need a nude palette. Let's pull out the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Got the 4 trios, and I haven't used it in a while. I'm gonna swatch the date night or date trio. Could be really pretty with a pop of one of these on. You know, like the shimmers from either Danessa, Danessa Myricks, or these guys. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, let's do another trio. Let's swatch the daytime trio. So this is the day trio. 2 shimmers and 1 matte. Ooh, so pretty. Really, really gorgeous. I'm excited for it. This would look so pretty with these. Yeah. I can picture my looks already. And then the last eyeshadow palette is the Groundworks Neutrals palette from Danessa Myricks. I feel like I have kind of a theme today. had some Chantecaille. I had some Danessa Myricks. I had some, I don't know. I tried, like, I feel like there was a theme. There's some Chanel's and, you know, I don't know why that happened, but I guess it just did. The theme should be brands, expensive ass brands that end up disappointing you in a way. So the groundworks, defining neutrals. Here she is. It's been a while since I played with it, but I do really like it. You can see I've made some dents in here, a lot of the creams for sure. I think my favorite shades in here were the Harvest. It looks like I had some shimmer on my finger or something when I used it. Chiseled is a really beautiful cream too. Sculpted. I think I like it all. And I do like these boring eyeshadow palettes, even though, I like them. I personally like them. So there she is. I don't think I'm going to swatch much more. Let's do the shade Desert. And how about we do Stone? I think Stone was one that I tried to use and I was like, I don't think this shade is for me. I understand why it's in the palette because this is supposed to be used on brows and face and everything in between kind of thing. So I understand the shade, but on me, it's not my favorite. And we made it all the way to the lippies. Time for lip products. Okay, for lip products, we've got quite a few. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do the 3 lip liners first. I pulled in NYX. This is the lip liner and the shade is Ever. See, that's Makeup by Mario single shadow down there. Really pretty color. Next, we have the Wayne Goss in the shade. Ooh, that's a little dry, but this is in the shade Natural Berry. The Wayne Goss lippies are kind of stiff, but once you warm them up, they do apply pretty well. And we have Buxom. This is in the shade Hush Hush. So one side is like the lip crayon, and then on the other side is the brush, which I've maybe used once. So these are the lip liners. Let's do lippies next, I guess, whatever. We'll start from one end. From Fenty Beauty, this is the Gloss Bomb Sticks, and this is in the shade, is it Fussy? Is it Fussy? Yeah. Next, we've got Patrick Ta, Major Plumping Something Something. This is in the shade Need Her. Okay, it smells good. Gotta do the sniff test first. It's got quite a bit of pigment. Next up, we've got House Labs. This is in the shade Guava. Oh, you guys hear her? She's not sure how to help me. There's Guava. This is another shade Guava, but this is a bright Guava. This is from Kulfi. It's one of the Lassie lips. This. We've got another Patrick Ta, and this is again Plumping Something Something in the shades 2CCs. Okay, smells pretty good still. I like it better than this one. I feel like I prefer the sheerness of it, but they're both Good. Let's do this guy. This is from Can Make, and this is in the shade 03. The glass tint syrup in the shade 03. Feels really nice. Kind of feels like the Kulfi lippy. We've got Cezanne. This is the 3D Jelly Lip, and this is in the shade 02. I really like this guy. Really, really do. Such a beautiful formula. Super comfortable. From Amy Collet, this is the lip oil in the shade Poise. I love her lip oil formula. One of the richest, more plumpy feeling on the lips, like the best lip oil. I guess next up, let's do this Hourglass. This is in the shade Wander. Break it. Very light, but I did like the formula. Okay. We've got from Freck. This is in the shade Freck Rust. Might not be used this time around. I think this is very fallish lip color. NYX Fat Oil in the shade Newsfeed. It's gonna be pretty dark, but I like the formula of these. They're pretty nice. And then we've got the Chanel and Clé de Pose. I'm gonna put those. I'll take off my watch. Try not to get her dirty. Okay, so we've got the matte lippy in the shade 111, which is chocolate Cosmos. Chocolate Cosmos. And then we've got the Bullet lipstick in the shade 111 High Achiever. Feels so nice. The formula feels amazing on these. And then we have the gloss in the shade 304. Look at that thing. Look at how gorgeous that is. It's so pretty. There it is. And then the last product we have is the Chanel in the shade 69 Tender Beige. I'm only going to swatch the liquid section, liquid side. So I think I've got a little bit of a theme going on this time around. Nudes and pinky nudes and mauves. I used to hate mauve lip colors on me when I had dark hair, but now that my hair is on the blonde side, I do really like mauve lip colors on me now. And the only other thing I added in here is I added the eyeliners and a mascara. The mascara that I pulled in is the one I got from Japan. I can't remember what the brand is called. Heroin Make. Maybe that's the brand. Heroin Make. So I have the eyeliner and the mascara. And then I have the two eyeliners from Revant. One is in purple and one is brown. And these like really do not budge. Once they're on and they set, they don't move. Really pretty. Purple. I would use purple in my waterline. I think it looks so good. It makes the hazel eyes like pop. And here's the brown. It's a very beautiful neutral brown. They don't budge after they set. So I'm really happy with these. I'm excited. Again, I'll have Revant's information in the description box. I do have a link with them. It's affiliate. Feel free to use it, not use it, or whatever you want to do. I would appreciate it if you're gonna order from them. Go ahead, use my link. Help me out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.